Tonight, President Biden is in downtown Seattle for a campaign fundraising event. Air Force One landing at SeaTac Airport just before 5 tonight. The president was greeted by Governor Jay Inslee, Representative Pramila Jayapal, County Executive Dow Constantine, and Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell. President in town until tomorrow afternoon for fundraising events. Thanks for being with us at 6:30. I'm Joyce Taylor.
I'm Greg Coppola. We have team coverage on the president's visit to the Emerald City. Before we get to Julie Calhoun live at SeaTac for the impact to airport travel this weekend, let's get straight to Madison Wade live outside the president's event in downtown Seattle tonight. Madison.
Right now, Greg, President Biden is behind me inside the F5 Tower at 5th and Columbia, where that campaign reception is ongoing. Earlier today, we saw a steady stream of people being greeted by Biden's staff here at 5th Avenue. On the other side of the street, a large group of protesters have gathered. Those protesters have since dispersed. There are still a handful of people here continuing to protest and wait for President Biden to leave the F5 Tower. This is just one of those campaign stops that's happening this weekend in Seattle. One of those is also happening tomorrow in Medina. I want to just step out of the way so you can see what's happening behind me as that motorcade is still parked here, as well as many first responders, Secret Service officers as well. Now, President Biden has lost support on both sides over his handling of the Israel-Hamas war. Pro-Palestinian groups gathered here to protest for several hours as attendees checked into reception and President Biden arrived. Protests have also been happening at the University of Washington over the U.S. involvement in the conflict. We spoke with former Washington State Governor and King 5 political analyst Gary Locke today, who said Biden's visit to Seattle is twofold: to mobilize and energize his base, but also to raise a large amount of money.
He's here to mobilize the base, to let them know that he needs their help in going out to the other states, some of the key battleground states, or working phone banks here in the state of Washington that will reach out to voters, whether it's in Georgia, Nevada, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Ohio.
Locke estimates that each campaign needs to raise nearly $1 billion come the election just 6 months away. Many of these events happening in Seattle are fundraising efforts tonight. And we also know that there is another event happening tomorrow in Medina in Seattle. So we'll have much more information as Biden's visit continues throughout the weekend here in Seattle. Live in downtown Seattle, Madison Wade, King 5 News.
All right, the president's visit has, of course, led to some traffic congestion and delays across Seattle tonight, not unexpected. Highway 518 going eastbound to I-5 is back open now after being closed while the president's motorcade traveled to Seattle. Here's how look at how things are right now. Just some general traffic out there tonight, but it's going to be busy again as we get into tomorrow a little bit and the president leaves Seattle.
As Air Force One cruised into Seattle tonight, you can see the airspace over Seattle clear out to make way for the president's arrival. King 5's Julie Calhoun has been at SeaTac Airport throughout the afternoon and was there when the president arrived. Julie.
Well, Joyce, Air Force One is parked here at SCA Airport after arriving shortly before 5 o'clock this evening. This is President Biden's first visit to Seattle since 2022, and he's in town for fundraising events to help raise some money for his re-election campaign. If you want to come take a look at your screen, this is the moments that Air Force One touched down. Several Washington state and local leaders welcomed President Biden, including Governor Jay Inslee and his wife Trudy, U.S. Representative Pramila Jayapal, King County Executive Dow Constantine, and Seattle's Mayor Bruce Harrell. During the president's time in Seattle, he's expected to meet with supporters to shore up campaign funds. According to the Federal Election Commission, at the end of March, President Biden has more than $85 million cash in hand for his campaign, nearly double Donald Trump's $45 million. Washington State Democrats Chair Shasti Conrad praises the president with this statement: whether it's building the fastest growing post-pandemic economy in the world, safeguarding access to birth control and reproductive care, or fighting for the soul of our nation, President Biden has earned a second term, and we know his presence in Washington will bring attention to everything he has accomplished for our state, like investing $9.3 billion into the Evergreen State's critical infrastructure. This comes while the Washington State GOP chairman Jim Walsh says the president will sleepwalk through a cash grab from tech bros. He went on to say he will avoid the ugliness at UW and all around Seattle. He will ignore aerospace workers worried about their jobs, longshoremen worried about the economy, small business owners worried about getting priced out of their livelihoods, and retired people worried about getting priced out of their homes. Now, you can expect some similar flight and traffic delays like we saw tomorrow. President Biden will have a campaign event in Medina before he departs on Air Force One around 1:35 in the afternoon to head to Delaware. We'll continue to bring you the latest throughout this weekend. For now, live at SCA Airport, Julie Calhoun, King 5 News.
All right, Julie, and here's another look at President Biden's schedule while he is in Seattle. He's attending a fundraiser tonight at the F5 Tower in downtown Seattle. Tomorrow, he's scheduled to attend a fundraising event in Medina. The president is expected to leave Seattle from SeaTac Airport sometime tomorrow afternoon.
For the very